less time at Bristol. Daytona.
Looking forward to going to Bristol next week.
This race will determine who makes it into the playoffs and who doesn't. Currently, there are 15 different winners. However, after a crash at Pocono that left Kurt Busch with concussion-like symptoms, Busch will be out for the rest of the season, leaving 2 spots now available. If we have no winners, Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr. are in. If we have a new winner, Ryan Blaney is in and Truex is out. However, this could all change because the points difference between those 2 drivers is only 25 points. Daytona is one of the biggest wildcard races on the schedule, and with rain already delaying the race from Saturday night to early Sunday morning, nobody knows who is going to win, who is going to be in, who's going to be out, and nobody is safe. Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson lead the field to green. Kyle Larson has troubles early with his engine. Of course, it's Kyle Larson at a super speedway. What else did you expect? The race would stay fairly calm for the first stage until 5 laps to go when Denny Hamlin gets loose and we have the first big one. Most importantly though, Ryan Blaney was involved in this wreck and Martin Truex Jr. just barely gets by. The question now is, can Blaney get his car fixed and hold on to that 15th playoff spot in case we see a new winner today? Ryan Blaney pulls down pit road and the clock is now set for 6 minutes. If the 12 team cannot repair the car in that time, Ryan Blaney is out. Just before the restart, Ryan Blaney pulls off pit road with a heavily damaged car, but it doesn't matter. All Blaney has to do is stay out of trouble and ahead of Martin Truex Jr. in the standings. Joey Logano barely edges out Chase Elliott for stage number 1, with Truex getting 5th in that stage, earning those valuable playoff points. The race restarts with Corey LaJoie and Bubba Wallace leading the way. Both of those drivers have not won a race this season, and in fact, nobody in the top 9 on that restart has won. Nothing major happened in stage number 2. Christopher Buescher got loose but saved it, and the lead changed 19 times in 56 laps with 13 different leaders. Kyle Busch wins stage number 2 with Truex finishing in second. Truex is adding all these points up as Ryan Blaney struggles just to stay competitive. With rain now being a threat, this race could shift big at any moment. The next big one happens just 2 laps into the final stage. This time, Martin Truex Jr. is involved. Both drivers in the cutoff line now have damage. Only one of them is guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. There are a few thunderstorms in the area with the halfway point reached. All it takes is a single lightning strike within 8 miles of the track, and this race could end early. As a result, no one is giving anyone an inch of room. Joey Logano and Tyler Reddick control this race at the moment, with non-winners Bubba Wallace and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the mix as well. Chase Briscoe makes a daring move to the lead on the backstretch, but gets spun one set of turns later and almost flips over. Justin Hailie and Erik Jones lead the field to green, and at this current moment, the battle between Blaney and Truex has never been closer. Truex came into this race 25 points behind Blaney, but now Blaney is 3 points behind Truex, and if either of the leaders win, Blaney will be out and Truex is now in. Erik Jones gets spun by Eric Almirola, bringing out the caution one more time. 6 points now separate Blaney and Truex. Rain is a threat now more than ever, and the top 3 drivers are winless this season. However, the leader, Justin Hailie, does not have enough fuel to make it to the end of this race, so he is now throwing all his cards on the table in desperation that there will be rain shortening this race. Nobody wants to draft with anybody, and the battle is now for who is going to be leading when the rain hits. Rain is reported in turns 1 and 2, but the caution does not come out until all the cars are, well, you can probably figure out what happens next. Not a single car seems to have got through this wreck untouched, except for Austin Dillon. Rain has now hit a majority of the track, and Austin Dillon has not won a race this season. If the race is called now, then Truex is in and Blaney is out. But if the race does continue, who is left and who does not have damage at this point? 3 hours later, and the race continues. The race continues with 21 laps left and no more rain in the area. The race restarted with Austin Dillon and Austin Cindric leading the way, but even crazier is who is behind him. Cody Ware is in 3rd, Landon Castle is in 5th, BJ McLeod is in 6th, Noah Gragson is in 9th. All of those drivers have not only not won a race this season, but have never won a Cup Series race. And in the case of Noah Gragson driving for Beard Motorsports, a team with only 1 employee. If Noah Gragson somehow wins this race, it won't matter for the playoffs because he is not a championship-eligible driver and will not take up a playoff spot. Because Austin Cindric won the Daytona 500 this year, he is already locked in. So if Cindric wins, Truex and Blaney are in. However, if Austin Dillon wins, then Blaney is in and Truex is now out. The 41 car would blow a tire and is now out of the race, but no caution for that as we stay green. Martin Truex Jr. has lost a bunch of spots that will bump him out of the playoffs only if Austin Dillon wins. Austin Cindric, who is leading ahead of Dillon, gets loose and now Austin Dillon leads the race. With 2 laps left, Austin Dillon now has the best shot to win, with his teammate who is already locked into the playoffs behind him, ready to block whoever challenges the lead. But it never happens. Austin Dillon would go on to win his first race of the 2022 season, knocking Martin Truex Jr. out of the playoffs by 3 points. Ryan Blaney is in, and Austin Dillon is the 16th different winner of 2022.